Hello, everyone. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, the time that you are joining me live or watching the replay. While you are here, definitely click the subscribe button and like as well as share if you care. Let me check in because y'all know I will forget. How's everyone doing? How has your week been going? Hopefully everyone had a good MLK day, a good previous weekend. I had a rough last week, y'all. And then on top of that, our internet service provider decided to do a update and messed up our entire router. So we had to get all that replaced. But I am back finally, and I'm hoping to do some more lives this week. I don't know if I'm going to do too many around this time. I may do more during the day or afternoon hours. It just depends on my schedule. But I just want to let you know going forward that lives may look a little bit funny, but please stay tuned to the community tab. I will be posting my schedule on there, if not daily, each week, so that you'll know when I am going to go live. So tonight I am starting on Unit 2 for the Comfortability Canalside Townhomes. And boy, that's a mouthful. I do have a few things that I need to touch up on, like the railing right here needs to be done here and also here. So I do need to fix that. But for the most part, Unit 2 is done. I do need to put in a little bit more clutter because I haven't done that. I did do the bathroom off live because I didn't like to say the bathrooms for the end. But this is what the bathroom is looking like. In the same little platform I did here, I'm also going to do on this side as well. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do it now. I meant to do it before I came live, but bear with me here. On my side, I am sounding like I'm lagging a little bit. For anyone joining me live or maybe in the replay, let me know if it sounds like I'm lagging on your end as well, because it definitely sounds like it for me. I could be wrong, but anywho, so I'm gonna tell you, like, God is so good, y'all. I can't say that enough, to be honest with you. So I was asking God, I said, God, what do you want me to talk about tonight? What do you want me to say to your people? And also to anyone who's not yet one of his people. But I'll be honest with you, everyone is God's people. I mean, whether you believe or not, you're still his. And hopefully one day, if you don't believe, you will come into agreement and you accept Jesus Christ in your life and you will become fully his. So I asked him, I said, God, what do you want me to say tonight? Because I struggled with the words last week. You know, I know I kind of repeated myself with, everything that was going on. And I just wanted to really just say something, that could be uplifting and encouraging. And so the first thing I heard him say was loss. Talk about loss. So anytime that I'm being led by God, I always try to make sure I'm like going into my word to ensure that what I'm being told is lining up. Because, you have to have the spirit of discernment a lot of times, and that's with any situation, just to make sure that you are hearing from the right person. You don't ever want to listen to someone who is not aligned with what God has for you, or aligned with God's word. You have to really be careful, and that's where the spirit of discernment does come in. I think I'm gonna make this a red bathroom. Yeah. I'm trying to find a towel that I like. And this one, for some reason, it's kind of bugging me. Anyway, so you guys know from time to time I do like to read a Bible verse. So one of the things I needed to know was like what verse, what book did I need to go to make sure that I am doing the will of God and speaking to those who are in a similar situation to me that has suffered a job loss or any loss in your life. And so I just asked the Holy Spirit, just lead me. Lead me where you'll have me go, and I'll go from there. So if this sounds all over the place, it probably is because I'm just being led right now, and I'm just going to let whatever happens, and hopefully this touches someone, whether you're watching me live or you're watching the replay after the live. So hopefully this is a blessing to you. But I'm going to be reading from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. So if you have your Bible on your phone, your physical Bible, you can read along or follow along. So I'm reading NIV version, by the way. But praise be to God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. So that's 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. Who comforts us in all our troubles. This is verse 4. So that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. That hit me out because I think about how a lot of times we don't always get the comfort we may want from maybe family, friends, relatives. Well, relatives and family, same thing. But we don't always get what we may be looking for. And a lot of times it can be frustrating, right? Especially if you're the one that is maybe giving the most comfort and you don't get that back. It's one sided, like a one sided relationship. And so I thought about how, well, you're going through something. And I said this in, I think, one of the lives from last week. Sometimes you can feel like you're the only one going through it, right? You're the only one in this situation. You're the only one that has lost a job, or maybe lost a child, or maybe lost a parent or a sibling. Maybe you lost your car or your dog or your cat, your bird. I don't know. You've suffered something that you could not imagine going through. And what you tend to find in suffering is that a lot of the people you help comfort won't be there to comfort you. And I gave the story on, I think, my very last live when I was talking about a coworker who knew everything was going on, was pretty much not in the mix of everything, but kind of like on the outskirts of it. But she basically knew, right? And when it came down to it, invisible in the end. The only time she reached out to me was basically to get the tea of what happened and move on. And I literally felt at the end of that conversation, I said, oh, this is the last time I'm going to hear from her, because it was just something instinctively that I knew. It just didn't feel right. It felt like this was the end of something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but you'll find that when you're going through a situation, there are going to be people that are going to always be there for you and support you. And then there'll be people who are not going to show up at all. But you cannot let that deter you. You cannot be dismayed by that, because Jesus comforts all of us. God comforts all of us, and he will send the right people at the right time. So I don't know if I'm being sent for someone right now who's going through something. And I'm going to say, if you feel alone, like I said before, you're not. You're not alone. It feels that way because of the storm that you're in right now. But one thing about storms is that they end. They do not last always. Like the saying says, trouble don't last always. And that's true. It doesn't. It doesn't last always. It just feels like it is. And it's almost like um, my thoughts escape me, y'all. But you know, Jesus wept when Lazarus died, right? But he still rose. He still woke him up. He wasn't dead. He was just asleep, right? He grieved that loss, but restored him, right? Um, I'm trying to think of someone else who grieved. Job grieved a good bit too. He lost a lot, and in the end, he won ultimately. His patience, his belief, his strength is what kept him fighting. Um, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm literally King David, right? He grieved over the loss of his son, Absalom. Is it Absalom? Absalom. I think it's Absalom. Absalom. That's in Second Samuel. Um, he grieved over him. But look at what King David did. Now then, he was acting up. Nah, you know. But during that time, he lost so much, but he won so much too. You know, I don't know if I'm making sense, but hopefully I'm touching somebody's spirit with that. Just because something was taken away from you doesn't mean that you won't be blessed with even greater things to go forth. And I don't just mean the physical things, I also mean the things that you can't see right now. And a lot of times that is harder to believe on when you can't see it. But I want to let you know, don't lose hope and keep the faith. Don't give up. Keep fighting. And don't expect people to be there for you, especially those who were there with you when the struggle started, but disappear pretty quickly when everything else is pretty much ending. So those are the ones that you kind of have to be a little bit careful of, because you just never know. Those who fight with you may not be fighting for you in the end. And sometimes that's difficult to hear and it's difficult to experience. But I want you to know that no matter what your struggle is, what has happened to you, again, like I said before, you are not alone. Loss is temporary, grief is temporary too, right? It comes and it goes. But the good news is at some point it becomes livable, even if it's not in the moment that you're going through it. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully I've touched someone. If you are in your word and I said something wrong, y'all, please feel free to correct me because I'm not above correction. No one ever is. But I tell you, I feel like this past week was a beautiful learning experience for me. I learned, sometimes it's best to just be quiet. I've also learned that it's okay to sit back and say nothing. That doesn't mean you agree with it. It just means that you are just waiting to see what's going to happen. Silence does not equal agreement, right? Sometimes the silence can be louder than you saying something or defending yourself. But I just want you to know that you are not going through this by yourself. And I think I said this in my last live, choose your community wisely. You know what I mean? Definitely choose your community wisely, because there will be people out there who you think are for you and they're not. And sometimes when you find out who those people are, it can be very difficult. And in some cases, even frustrating. Um, because everyone who says they're there for you is not always there for you, right? But I, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing a lot better this week. I had a coworker reach out to me, y'all, and she was like, "Hey, just checking on you. How you doing?" I was like, "Girl, I'm good. I am blessed." I said, "I have nothing to complain about," and she didn't believe me. She was like, she responded FR, which I know is for real, for real. as if I was putting on airs or something, but I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I I think that for me is I feel like that's what people expect. Like they expect you to be weighed down and defeated. But whatever you do, don't get defeated by it because that's the expectation. Someone out there is rooting for you. And I'm not saying she was because that's not her heart posture. But um, don't be defeated by it because once you get mentally defeated, sometimes it's hard to move forward and hard to go on a lot of times, even though you know you can, but it makes your day a little bit difficult because you're just not sure, how you're feeling that day or if you're going to be happy one minute, sad the next. So just don't let it weigh you down because I promise you there's so many more things to fight for in life and more to go through in life. So hopefully, like I said something here to touch somebody that, resonated in your heart because I'm telling you, as quickly as you're going up, there could be somebody waiting in the wings that's going to try to take you down. Hopefully that's never ever your situation or never your case, but don't let it defeat you. Don't let it weigh you down. Anywho, enough of my talking. Um, I'm really kind of deep into this bill. Listen, that word right there had me. I had to share it with you guys. With y'all. Excuse me if I could talk. Um, so I was gonna jump into the other unit, but I wanted to get some CC in this one. Throw these little vitamins in here. I'm gonna come back and probably fix this up. I was about to say fix this up, but let me sit some stuff down here to the side. Usually before I do my like final video, I like to show what the actual build turned out to look like once I'm done with it. But it's so much more to put in this build even after I'm not live. Um, Let me see. I'll be looking for stuff and then I won't see what I'm looking for till later on. Put this in there. And don't worry, some of the stuff will get moved. See if I can fit this on the shelf. That bottle's awfully big. Let me shrink that down. I may go ahead and switch this over to a silent live so that y'all do not have to hear me talk the whole time because I feel like I talked enough in the beginning. I don't know if y'all want me to talk the entire time. I like to kind of do a mixture on my lives, like some that are talkative and some that are not. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. So what I might go ahead and do is just bring up the music and do the rest of the live pretty much quiet or silent. I don't know why I'm messing up my words tonight, but I don't know. Let me see. What's this? Ooh, okay, that fits right there. So I think I have enough clutter in here. I'm gonna do some shelves up here, and this stuff on the floor will go on those shelves. I might do another. Yeah, let's do another little shower gel down here, and then I just need to do some towels. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and bring up the music for your enjoyment. If you think of any questions, tips, tricks, or you need to correct me on something I said earlier, feel free to go ahead and put it in the chat because I am watching the chat off and on, so that I can respond to any questions that anyone may have. Um, while you're here, please go ahead and click that subscribe button because it is free. It helps my channel grow. And being as though right now I have no job, YouTube is pretty much full time for me right now, in school. So I'm pretty much doing those two things along with my other hats that I wear. But while you're here, definitely go ahead and click that subscribe button again because it does help me and it helps others like yourself find my channel. and just enjoy it while you're here. I look forward to popping back in, letting you guys know where I'm at. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the music, and please enjoy the live video. And definitely don't forget to share if you care. And thumbs up. Did I say that already? I might repeat myself, but you get the point. Anyway, enjoy the music. Okay, y'all. So real quick, I need to drop the live stream down 1 second because it's lagging on my end. 1 second. I'm trying to figure out if it's me or something else. Because the connection is strong through YouTube. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's see. Let me check my settings real quick. Oh, while we're waiting, definitely feel free to go ahead and subscribe because it is free and it does help my channel grow. I should have just finished like my CC shopping because I was doing some CC shopping earlier, and it's been a minute since I have done a video like that. Oh man, so many things have happened, and I've discovered some new. Well, they're not really new. It's just when I switched computers, I ended up finding like some creators that I haven't used in a while. So I'm trying to think if I know any off the top of my head. I know what is the name? Mel Bennett is one that I've been going through their CC and just downloading a good bit of stuff from them because they have a lot of poses too. Alright, let me see. Alright. I don't know if it's because I was trying to grab something and it just started loading. And that's what I think. If you ever see my screen loading for a while, it's because it's trying to load all of my custom content. All right, let's see. Let me bring it back up real quick. There we go. I was trying to load the this what is it? OMSP shelf because I'm gonna need this. I meant to use it over here when I was trying to put some stuff up. I haven't used it in a while, and I'm just kind of like almost like eyeball it in a way. But I want to throw some, mail stuff up. Okay, it's still popping. Let's see. It's not doing what I wanted to do. Oh well. Yeah. Some reason why I don't like using this one because sometimes it works really well for me and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I think it's because it still has room on the counter. It's still going to just pop everything in place. That's not exactly where I want that. Okay. See. And I want like this this tray kind of right here. And you can go right here. Let's see. Oh. I should probably just left everything where it was because it really wasn't bad at all. But that's what I get. Okay. Now let me move. Yeah, that didn't work like I wanted it to. It's so funny because I literally like drug it from the counter over. Let me see now if it'll. Yeah, I'm tempted to abandon ship now with this because it's not lining up the way I had it or the way I want it. I really want the bigger candlestick to the outside. Let me see. Well, that's better. It's not what I want, but it's better. See, this is why I don't use this shelf because it just comes out better than I just don't. Okay, so why is this? Oh, this is about to frustrate me. What in the world? I know I'm not crazy. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this alone because it's not working the way I wanted it to work. Like the OMSP shelf is really good, but yeah, I come out better just doing this. See? Okay, that'll work. I just need to put some toothbrushes in that one. Alright, let me hit save real quick. And then I'm gonna bring the music back up, y'all, and finish the rest of this live out silent. So while you're here, please go ahead and subscribe and definitely enjoy the music. Okay, so I believe this is a good stopping point for us tonight. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the live. For those of you who have been here the whole time, and those of you who have been popping in as I have been trying to get this house somewhat together, definitely go ahead and click that subscribe button because it does help my channel grow. It helps beautiful people like yourselves find my channel, especially if you love what you see when it comes down to simulations, bills, decorating The Sims 4, a little bit of Enjoy sprinkled in there somewhere. This is definitely a channel for you to watch and stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this live tonight, and I hope you will join me back again later this week. Again, I will have my schedule posted on the community tab for anyone who wants to join my lives, or just come check them out. Hopefully, you'll subscribe and stay for the very next one. I know that this was a little bit of a later one for me than what I normally do, but I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Again, subscribe, like, share if you care, and I'll catch you in my next live or pre-recorded video. As always, be safe in those streets. Be blessed. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.